Hello. Welcome to the stream. It's been some time, hasn't it? At least since the last time I did one of these radio streams. As I'm sure frequent uh, stream watchers know, I injured my back a month or so ago, and I injured it right around the time that I would have done this stream last month. So when I came back, when I decided to when I decided I could stream again, I came back and I figured, you know what, I missed it. Let's just wait till next month, and that time is now, my friends. I'm really happy to be doing this again. This is something I'd been planning on doing for a little bit, but I just hadn't thought of the right moment, and I figured, why not after this little short break? Why not come back with a little bit of a spin on the usual stream, you know? I like to keep things fresh, change things up, make you not know what to expect out of me. This time around, if you haven't read the title of the stream, this time around I put all of my music, all of the thousands of songs I have on my iTunes, in my music saved folder. How many songs even is that? It's a lot of songs. It's a lot. It's too many songs. And I hit shuffle, and the first, I believe, 31 songs that came up, I put onto this playlist. Now, that's sort of a lie. Uh, if I hit, and this happened a couple times, if I hit a song that was way too long, or just ambient or drone or like really harsh noise or something, I skipped that because that's not as interesting to put on this sort of stream. Now, that's not to say that everything on here is like normal and what I normally would put on here, but in fact, most of these songs, the vast majority, if not, excuse me, the vast majority of these songs have never been on here before. And honestly, I am surprised that any of them have been. I have so much music that I've never put on the stream before that I'm surprised there was any left. Yo, what up, Leo? Audio surf, but I barely know her. What does that mean? I demand an explanation. Um, so welcome, by the way. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining. Hopefully you can enjoy the tunes that I play tonight on stream. So yeah, I cut out basically all the too long songs. Like I have a bunch of songs that are 15 minutes and over. Some songs that are just one note ambient. Some songs that are a bit drony, and some harsh stuff. So I was like, that's not as fun. But the stuff that I do have on here is good, is interesting, I think. And like I said, most of it is brand new to this stream. Uh, like I said, I'm surprised that any of these songs have been on here before. I think a couple have been on here. Definitely some of the artists have been on here. Many of the artists have been on here before. Um, and I'm excited to do it. Like I said, the shuffle idea was one I've had for a little bit, and I'm glad to get that shit started. But speaking of getting that shit started, why don't we begin? So I'm doing like I have been doing the past few streams. I'm doing these in like multi-song clusters. So I'm going to be this first one is 4 songs. I timed it all out. I basically cut it. I also want to say I want to also add that normally a big part of this is normally when I make one of these streams, a big part of these streams in general is when I choose the songs, I try to organize them in a way that makes them flow together. It makes them all sort of one coherent cluster of songs. This time around, just whatever came up on that shuffle, that was the order that I'm doing the stream in. I considered organizing them after I did the shuffle, after I put them all in there, but I figured, you know what, for the first time, I kind of want to see how this works. I kind of want to see how this sort of disorganized feel is. You know, I'm gonna despise all of them. I despise you. Um, so yeah, do the shuffle. I already did. Like I said, so I timed it all out. Even so, with that said, I made sure that each chunk of each cluster of songs is around 15-ish minutes. So some of these can be 3 songs, some of them can be 5 songs. This one's a 4-songer. So, have I been spouting my shit enough? Has enough? I need to get a fucking intro to this stream. Like, you know, what people have that thing where they just have like music and like a screen over it. I need to get one of those. I was going to do that and then I forgot to follow up. So I'm gonna follow up on that hopefully soon. And then for the stream, I'll get one of those little intros. That would be nice. But yes, for now, that's enough out of me. We're starting off with The Books and the song I Didn't Know That. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll be back 4 songs from now.
Unbelievable. This spot is much more important than substance. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm telling you.
But you have stripped very hard as a brain.
Kadir, Hayom, Yom, Naim, Hayom, Yom, Behim, Hasham.
Mai mezeg hafja
And that last song was Oh Hee Jung with Are You There? So, that was the first foray into a completely shuffled playlist of music. Well, one of those songs sucked. The first one was The Books with I Didn't Know That. And that's where we got the lovely comment from Nico Crack 1014. Want to become famous? Upgrade your stream on viewers.org. I'm already famous to everyone who matters, so don't forget. You know, experimental song, experimental, very avant, perhaps. The book started out, I think, if I'm remembering right, they started out as more of an indie band. Oh, shit. Thank you, Andy. I want all my money back. Ooh, should we tell him that he just spent more? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Well, I appreciate the money you've spent. Famous season of Roblox Outlaster Champion. Hell yeah. Hitmonchan, welcome, by the way. DJ Tommy Pizza, Hitmonchan, and Andy, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for watching. Hitmonchan, I've been streaming since late 2018. Just not very consistently until I think 2020 during the pandemic. I've got streaming because I had nothing fucking else to do, so I started streaming way more. And I once that the pandemic sort of, or like the lockdown rather, sort of died down, and I had to get back to work. I sort of lost my way in streaming for about a year from 2020. Basically, most 2021 and the beginning of 2022, I didn't do much streaming. But mid 2022 till now, I'm back and I'm hopefully here to stay. But yeah, the books fucking all fucked up and shit. They started off indie, they got more and more experimental and avant-garde as their albums went on, and that is off of, I believe, their most recent album, which is like from like the early 2000s, not that recent. And yeah, so that's the most experimental. Very, just speaking, I think, just straight up gibberish by the end of that song. Hitmonchan also asked to, famous chatter Nico Crack, he asked, does this look like a man who wants to become famous? Can he even put together his own playlist? Lazy dev. Although he is kicking the shit out of Tap Water's score. I'm glad you pointed that out, because I typically when I do these streams, in fact, always when I do these streams, I tried to remember to put my webcam above that section. Not because I don't really care if I'm doing good or not against other people in this game, but I find it to be not the important thing. And I feel like that's a very distracting thing. You know, maybe I'm stupid, but that's something that I've always wanted to do, is never show the scores on the side. Because like if no one else played that song, it'll just show my score alone, so that doesn't matter. But on songs that are like popular or even have like one other person who's played it, I just would rather not have that competition be up there. But yeah, I am lazy. I'm very lazy. As I mentioned before, I could have organized all these songs, even after shuffling them. I could have organized them all into a more succinct, like even flowing playlist, and maybe I would have eliminated a song I haven't talked about yet on this little section here. But I didn't. I decided for this first time to just let them all play through. Speaking of which, the second song was Ojako, and the song was Liquor of the Monkey. I like the song a lot. That's a fun one. I don't think that's everyone's cup of tea. It's very hectic, very glitchy, very chiptune-y, but I really enjoyed it. I don't know much about this person. This is an album I think I've known for like 10 years now, which is nuts to me. But I used to know about this dude, but I don't anymore. I haven't listened to this album in a very long time. That's also something that is going to be interesting to deal with, because normally I put songs on here that I really like and really know a lot about, like the songs or the albums or the artist. A lot is maybe relative. I know something. This is going to really trip me up, because there's going to be people I'm like, I don't fucking know anything about this dude. I just like this song. And that's one of them. I like that song. I think the album's pretty good. Don't remember anything about the artist, Ojako. The third song was Arca with the song Focus. Whew, I love Arca. Arca rules. She makes really good music. This is from one of her earliest albums. That song sucks. She is very experimental. She makes a lot of avant-garde stuff. And in the context of the album, I'm sure that's a much more interesting, much more bearable song. I really wish I didn't put that on here. That wasn't fun. Let me catch up with some of this chats. Leo says, "Of course I want to upgrade my stream. That's not a song. That's just a recording of me on the phone." I think that was you talking about the Arca song I was just talking about. Yeah, thanks for that, by the way. Actually, I take it back. That was just Leo sent me a voicemail. And I put that on here, so you have him to thank for that one. Hitmonchan says, "Oh, wait, I already read that." And then Leo says, "Outlast All Stars season. That would be fun." What? There's like 6 people. I think. I'm not sure how long that would be. Like that'd probably be like a half an hour thing, if that. That'd be fun though. Who won? It was me. DJ. I went back and recently watched like parts of these streams. It was me, DJ Time Pizza, you, Leo, Samir was the last one, I think. Some random person who I don't think ever was on Leo's stream again. I think in the 3rd one, and then did Casey Wilson won? I think like Casey Wilson won one. But anyway, those were fun streams. I'm down to do them again. He's so good, he doesn't even care about winning anymore. Exactly, it's cheating. You guys cheering me on is cheating me. DJ Diabetes says, "Liquor of the Monkey was my nickname in high school." That sucks. That licks, actually. That's really, that licks, for sure. "I'm sorry that happened to you." DJ Diabetes Hitmonchan. He responds, "Thank you." Yeah, that's very kind in the chat. I'm glad you guys are talking to each other, becoming friends in the chat there. Just make sure you remember that I'm the one you should be paying attention to, not each other, me, and me alone. That last song was "Are You There" by Oh Hee-jung, a Korean synth pop artist who sings most of the time. I really, really like her a lot, and that song was awesome. And I'm really I was surprised that she has like a couple, she uses her voice as like an instrument more than anything else on there. That song is sick. I don't remember that song at all. That's something that I was hoping to happen on the stream, was remembering songs I haven't heard in a long time that I'm like, that's sick. I'm going to put that on my normal rotation now. And that's one of them. Leo says, "You lick a monkey one time and everyone can't get over it." Listen, I have never licked a monkey. First chance I get, though, I'm doing it. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, gamers. Geeks, gamers, and ghouls. We're starting off this next group of songs. It's another fourfer. We're starting off with Coil, and the song is Elves, and then in parentheses, Master. This is going to be a weird one, but hold on tight. Hold on tight. The rest of this, not weird. It says you should, but be warned, the SJWs will come after you. Yo, those SJWs, dude. Yo, remind me about them, and I'll go crazy. I don't have time right now. Okay? I have a song to play. All right. This better kill me. It won't kill you, but it might annoy you. So this is Coil with Elves, parentheses, Master.
Will you put my hands away? Will you be my man? Serve it up, don't wait. Let's see about this hand. What happened?
And that was Interpol with Hands Away. So that was a nice 4-song playlist. All 4 of them, right? Every single one of those songs you liked? Oh man, that first song, that was Elves (Master) by Coil. Oh, I really love Coil. I love their industrial shit. I love their avant, their everything they have is typically good. That came off of an album because both of the members of the band are fucking dead now. They're dead as a goddamn doornail. And this album of theirs came out after their death, many, many years after their death. They're one of those where like their estates just like put out shit constantly. And there are a couple of songs on that album that I really like. Again, industrial, experimental. And I'm sure even in the right context, if I'm in the right mindset to listen to something like that, you know, but not like this, not right now. That is not a song you listen to by itself, isolated from the rest of an album like that. You just don't do that. I do love how Hitmonchan asked in the very beginning, is this the whole song? I mean, that, and then Leo's comment, that's my grandma's favorite song, actually. You know, she was a real one, you know. Your grandma liked Coil, that fucking kicks ass. Is this how she dies? It actually brought her back. That made me laugh when I read that shit. When I was that made me listen to that song much better. And yeah, I did comment. I'm not sure if people who are actually visibly watching the stream. I just gave up and I just like started hitting all the notes instead of skipping the ones I shouldn't be touching. So I just gave up on that song. I stopped caring about actually playing the game on that one. Yes, the streams are pre-recorded. I'm a psychic. I'm saying all this. I'm thinking about all your comments. Actually, that's not true. I say all this shit and I read out all the comments and then I send you guys DMs about timestamps, like when you should comment these and what you should say. So thank you all for playing along. And if I don't read your comment, that means that you just naturally said it, and I couldn't have known because it's pre-recorded. Yes, that's why I have that. I guess I already explained it at much, and that's why I have that song. It's on an album that has a couple songs I like on it already. Some musicians, yeah, dead issue. One of them fell out a window, I think, and the other one has just died of sickness. You know, fun stuff. You know, I'm glad to talk about that. Yo, what up, Future Warm Corpse? Future Warm Corpse says, I'm surprised there hasn't been an Interpol record as a pack-in for record players. I haven't met a collector who doesn't have one of their records. Well, you still haven't. You know, I have that record player back there. I have, I believe, 4 of their albums. Turn on Bright Lights, Antics, shit. What is the third one? I wish I hadn't committed to naming all of their albums that I have, because now I have to say them all. Our Love to Admire, which is the 3rd album, and then their latest album, Marauder, which I really like. That is their latest one, right? Am I crazy? Yes, that's their latest one. That's a good album. By the way, shouts out, thanks for watching. Tom Pizza says, I got my script yesterday, thank God. I was really nervous when I didn't see a red sign on. I send these a month in advance. We're just really predictable. I'm an AI, fell out of window is a cool way to go. That's how I want to go. No, it's not. If I'm going to die, first of all, I don't want to die, so if I could live forever, that'd be really sick, actually. But if I am going to die, make it like getting sucked off by like a hot babe with big boob. With big boobies. This is my serious stream. I can't make jokes like that. This is the stream where I act all serious. Second up, we had Hitomi Toy and Ryusenke. This is an album where 2 of my favorite artists sort of collaborated. By sort of, I mean they collaborated. It's an album where both of them work together, which I love. And the song was... Fuck, how the fuck do I pronounce this? I don't know how to pronounce it. Shinjitsu no Theme Focus. I don't know what that is translated into, because Google Translate kind of failed me on that one. But whatever, you know? Who cares? But that song was Shinjitsu no Theme. I like that song. The whole album is great. That album is very jazzy, very like 90s city pop. It's a good album. I recommend it. That's off of the album Talio, Talio. Sick. Is this an anime opening? Yes. No, I wish. No, I don't wish, actually. I feel like that's too jazzy to be an anime opening for nowadays. Maybe it was the 80s, it would be. Sorry, Windows the best I can do. Fuck. Pain Dak. How dare you? How dare you call me that? That's not my name. You know it's not my name. The third song off of that list was maybe the most boring one. Because as weird and shitty as the first one was, it was interesting. It kept your attention. The third song was 1-2, and that was the artist, rather, and the song was Gonfa. That's off of an album I think is good. It's a jazz hip-hop album. But that one was just very one note. It was, I guess it was like the same 3 notes over and over again. Kind of boring. Not a good representation of that band in general, that art. I'm not sure if it's a band or not, maybe just an artist. But, you know. That's what Shuffle gives you, baby. And then last but not least, I already talked with them a bit. Like, I clearly like them. Interpol, that was Hands Away. Not their best song off of their first album, but, you know, the first album is a hit. I love that first album a fuck ton. So, happy to play any song off of there, you know? Wow, we're really blazing. Only 50 minutes in? Oh, my God. We're coming up on the 3rd chunk of songs. This is only 3 songs this time around. Can you believe it? The last 2 were 4 songs. Third song is 3 songs, and one of the songs has 3 in it. In fact, 2 of the songs have the number 3 in it, not the letter 3. The number 3. Don't make fun of me for saying that. Don't. But you know, those songs aren't the first song, because the first song is Andy Stott. I keep saying the name of the artist as I said. The first artist is Andy Stott, and the song is Over. The third chunk is the hardest to swallow, as they say. And you're telling me this is random? Listen. The computer has my script, has my whole thing. They have everything I need to. I haven't played the song yet. No, I haven't played the song yet. What was I gonna say? I forgot to read this comment. Hitmonchan asked, "What did you use to shuffle these?" Just iTunes. I just had these on, or I guess nowadays, what is it? It's Apple Music. What's it called? Yeah, just music. The fucking basic music app that you have on Macs. I just have all my music on there, and I just went to all songs, hit shuffle, and there you go. But let's start off with what was this fucking called again? Andy Stott with Over. Jesus Christ, I'm losing it.
でも大概犬のふりをして近所の子供たちを見張っているんだ。気や草と話をする子は大人になる前にどっかに連れて行かれてしまう。公園を主人と散歩するでかい犬のふりをしてデーモンは子供たちのこと見張ってる、調べてる、危ない子供を探してる。見張ってる、調べてる、危ない子供を探してる。あっdo it あっ東京都国分寺市在住安本さんちの長男ケズル君。5歳の誕生日を直前に控えた1972年9月2日午後、家の前でタンポポの茎を裂き開き乾かす途中に行方不明となる。6時間後無事発見されたものの、彼の変化に気づいた者は誰もいなかったという。そして5年、そして10年、そして15年。けど目が見えないから手探りで心の中にいる友達3人グループの右手任せて左手任せて右肩向けてそう夜明けるんだ、そう夜明けるんだ、そう夜明けるんだ。夢を見るならでかい、夢でも見えないなら目を閉じて心の中にある3つの扉を開くのさ。2つ目に続く、3つ目に続く、最初のに戻る。どうなった笑っちゃった、別にどこへも行きたくないけど、別に行きたくないけど、別に行きたくないけど、して開いた2つの穴に早く蓋閉めなくちゃ。頭の中にはいつでもいたずら小僧が3人で手をつないで輪を借りて輪を借りて待ってる
And that was Aphex Twin with AFX 237 V.7. Whew. That was a slew of songs, wasn't it? Starting off with Andy Stott and the song Over. You know, I like that song a lot. Hitmonchan very clearly said, I think I hated that. And hey, fair enough. That's one that in my opinion, for me, you have to be in the right mindset for. It has to be in the context of the whole album. Because, yeah, by itself, not really feeling it. But in that album, I think, it slots right in just fine. But, Andy Stott makes, like, experimental, ambient, industrial shit. So if none of that's your thing, then you're not going to like that, That's not for everyone, for sure. Hitmonchan asked, so if these are random, there's a chance we'll get, like, Katy Perry or something, right? No. So, all these songs are MP3s that I have, and so all the songs I've put into the iTunes myself, like, they're all my own MP3s. So, unless I have a specific song on my iTunes, there's no chance of it showing up. That said, on this exact stream later on, we'll be seeing someone extremely famous. So, there's some of that shit on there. I don't have Katy Perry at Hitmonchan. I can only apologize to you for that one. But I think I have just shy under 200 gigabytes of music on my iTunes right now. So, it's a lot of songs to shuffle through right now. Next song will be Kids Bop. No, the next song was 3x3x3, performed by Yura Teikoku. Love that song. That's one of the songs on this playlist that I love already. I've loved before when I first heard it. And honestly, I would have put that on here just in general. I would have, if this was a normal stream and I remembered this song, this would have been one that I would have slotted in there. I love that song. I think it's really fun. Hitmonchan says, what the fuck is that noise? It sounds like a video game is glitching out. Yes, the end of that song is a bit too much. I think the last 30 seconds can be lopped off, but the rest of the song I really like. The vibes are really cool. Yeah, I love that song. I think it's great, Leo, for sure. Just call your song 27 already, you said. I always read this as, like, dimensions rather than multiplication. I could be wrong, but I've always read it as, like a cube or something, a 3x3x3 cube. That's always been my interpretation of it. Then lastly on that list, we had Aphex Twin with AFX 237 V.7, which Andy very accurately said, this is how my computer sounds real close up. You're not wrong. Aphex Twin is very much a beat boop kind of bitch. He's the grandfather of the kind of music of glitch, of IDM. Very famous, well-known electronic artist. One more need to be said. He's famous as fuck. I like that song. I think it's interesting, but that's not one I probably would have thrown on here in general. Probably wouldn't have purposefully put that on a playlist like this. I also have so much of his music. I'm shocked that I didn't get any of his other stuff on this. I will say that I purposefully don't ever I purposely on the stream, if I got the same artist twice, I nixed it. I skipped that one over. I went to the next one. I didn't want to put two artists two times on this one. I feel like that would be not as interesting. So that was another way of me sort of skirting the rules. Like, so no ambient, no straight up drone, no long songs, no harsh noise, and no of the same as two artists. Just call your song 90L cube already, 27L. Just very large cube, call it that. But yeah, so I'm done talking about those. That was a weird one. Thankfully, the next one is very normal. A slew of normal songs coming up. No, you might not enjoy them. I hope you do, but just none of that weird avant shit. I don't think. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. None of that weird avant shit this time around. So let's just hop to it, shall we? This is another chunk of 3 songs. So let's start off with Grizzly Bear and Half Gate. Hope you like it. Oh, and the parting words for this, Leo says, Gunga Pillow.
Past the roaring shore, I have nothing left to hear. I'm chasing all the words, but everything you say I only see. But honestly, it's fine when I mention how I love you. It's all I do, even in have the cold to keep. I'm not sure I still believe. Most is nothing more than a place we've been before. We'll draw and drag it on, telling you I'm trying to hear this out. I want nothing more down, a little bit of shame. Show yourself is truly gone. Checked out so long, unhinged, unwound. Come and me on. Red light was done. Some great beyond. Still there, still as you were. At the end of the line, it's as if there's no time at all. Nothing left to win. Every pleasure burned to the wind. Tend to be alone. Quiet picture drawn each day before it ends, to remind me once again why I'm even here. Show yourself is truly gone. Checked out so long, unhinged, It's always dark in Luna Park. Wind across the moon, electric storms, and soon a flying spark in Luna Park. And when we're getting higher, we're happy. Somebody's eating fire, we're happy. The big wheel in the sky will make you scream. Come and join the line. The ghost train leaves on time. It's always dark in Luna Park. On the shooting range, the plastic prizes never change. So make your mark on Luna Park. And when we're getting higher, we're happy. Somebody's eating fire, we're happy. The big wheel in the sky will make you scream. Dust on the moon. Every night we go to the latest horror show and hear the screams in Luna dreams. Fortune tellers muse on palms that bode bad news. The future's dark in Luna Park. And when we're feeling scared, we're happy. With circuses and bread, we're happy. The whirling fair machines are all we need. Dust on the moon in Luna Park. It can't be dark too soon.
And that was Pet Shop Boys with Luna Park. Okay, how's that for a nice change of pace? Very normal string of songs, wouldn't you say? Starting off with, excuse me, I ate dinner before the stream and it's like stuck in there. Starting off with Grizzly Bear with Half Gate. Good song. That's off of my favorite album of theirs, Shields, and I think that under other circumstances, that'd be a song I'd be putting on the stream normally, but there are so many other amazing songs on that album that they just take over instead. But I think that's a very good song. I like that song a lot. I love Grizzly Bear a lot. They've been a constant on the radio show. Himachan said at one point, I really liked it at first. In regards to the Yura Yura Teikoku song, 3x3x3, he said, I liked it at first, weird noise kind of ruined it for me. And Leo replied, if you think that was a weird noise, you should listen to Alex talking. Fuck you! Saving that one for later, I believe, was in reference to that Grizzly Bear song. And hey, fair enough. I recommend that whole album. The album is called Shields. It's fantastic. I think that album rules. Next up was Space Echo with Different Kind. This is an artist I've had on the stream, I think maybe more than anyone else, you know? Probably way more than anyone else. Just by virtue of they have just too many songs. They have a lot of songs. And even when I shuffle the songs, they find a way to sneak onto here. That is a song out of the album Dark Matter, which is probably my favorite album of theirs, funny enough. But that's maybe their most uninteresting song on there. It's fine, you know, it's good, but no, whatever. And even Leo says, after all that weird stuff, this is too vanilla for me. And honestly, yeah, it's fine. I enjoyed that song, but that doesn't really do much for me, especially in a setting like this. Next up, speaking of which, Pet Shop Boys with Luna Park, which Leo had a very insightful comment about that. He said, Pet Shop Boys. So, I love the Pet Shop Boys. I think they I love them. I think they rule. I love so many of their songs. That one is very bland, very uninteresting. Bummer that out of any song that could have been on here from them, that was the one. It's like a nothing song, you know? It's whatever. Don't hate it, but they have so many cool songs. But yeah, that's that chunk. We're coming up to the next one, which is chunk number 5. This is cluster 5, and would you believe I didn't even plan this out. This one has 5 songs attached to it. 5. This is another more normal one. Chunky stream. This is Hitmonchan. Leo says, if only someone could choose a different song. That's the point of the stream. That said, if I do this again, which I might, you know, I might do the shuffle stream again. But if I do, I'm definitely going to leave a lot less to that random chance. I will actually sort of use my own. I'll discern a few things of my own and make some of my own choices rather than. That's fine. You know, I think that songs like that and some other ones maybe that you might remember I wouldn't have on there. But we'll see. If it comes to that, we'll see. God made this playlist, how dare you. Shuffling seems like a way to get a starting point. It does. Actually, I was very surprised how much I enjoyed this. And honestly, in the future, even if I don't shuffle in general, shuffling would be a good idea to be like, oh, right, I might not like this song, but there's a couple songs from this artist that rule. Let me pick one of those out. So I might utilize it in that way in the future. But in the present, we have the next cluster, the chunky cluster. This one is Cursive, and the song is Marigolds. Hope you like it.
There's a pond beyond the hospital. All night long I watch the wind ripple from the windows of the ICU. The warbled mirror of a waning moon.
And that was Kirinji with the song Kitsu Neo Meidi, which translates to Fox Wedding. Whew. That song fucking... I love that one. I haven't listened to that album in a very long time. That was a good song I forgot existed. Well, let's start from the beginning, shall we? First up was Cursive with the song Marigolds. Another good song that I kind of forgot about. Cursive is one of my favorite bands. They've been one I've liked for years, since I was in like 7th or 8th grade, maybe. And that's off of the more recent one from 2018, 2019-ish, I believe. The album is Get Fixed. Yeah, that song is great. I think that song is fantastic. I love the use of cello on it. It's something that they used to do on their older stuff. Then stopped for a while, but then brought back for this one. I think it sounds great. I've talked about my experience meeting this band on previous streams. So I'll skip it for now. If you want me to talk about it, let me know. If not, I'm moving on. And coming up next was Edamame with Ponder. And this was a lucky one, because I don't know shit about this artist. I don't know shit about the album that this song is. I have the album, but I don't really listen to any of the other songs on it. This is the only song off of that album that I listen to on any sort of regular basis. So the fact that that is the song that I got from it is very fortunate, very fortuitous. Fortunate isn't a word, fortuitous. So, you know, I'm happy that was on there. That's another one that I would have just slotted right in here under normal circumstances anyway, so worked out for me. But I don't know shit about this guy in general, so nothing else to say. I'm going to move on to the next one, which was... Wait, did I even say what the next song, what that song was? It was Edamame was the artist, and Ponder was the song. Did I say that already? I might not have. But the third song was... the song was called Entering Motor City, and the artist was Sand Circles. Kind of a generic-ish synthwave, like 80s synth revival kind of shit. It's good. I like it, but that song it's kind of quick. The album in general is nice. The album is called Motor City. It's a good album. Well, if you like that song, I guess I recommend the album, but you know, it's not going to be blown away by it, I don't think. And yeah, that's all I know about this guy. So moving on to the next one. The next one was Takako Mamiya, and the song was Kanashimi wa Yaru no Muko, which is Sorrow Beyond the Night. That's how you translate that song. Good song. Like I said, the artist was Takako Mamiya, and it's off the album Love Trip, which I have on vinyl back there somewhere. I ain't gonna find it because that's too much work right now. But I think that album and that song are great. It's maybe one of the weaker songs on that album, which is a lot, but in general, city pop is something I love, so maybe that's something that I like and others don't, because it's kind of boring, but I still enjoy it. But that might just be because I like the genre in general. And then lastly on that little list, we had Kirinji with the song Kitsune no Oh my god, I'm gonna get this. Kitsune no yo Meiri, which translates to Fox Wedding, like I said earlier. Yeah, that fucking ruled. That might be my favorite song of the stream so far. I forgot that song existed. That the album 11 is not their most recent, but it's one of their more recent ones. I think it's like 2 or 3 albums back. I love that song. That album was one maybe I need to listen to more often. Kirinji in general is like a S tier group for me. At this point, they're just a solo act. I love that song. I'm gonna listen to that one a lot later on. And what's funny is they're normally not. They don't usually really do instrumentals, so that's also a shock to me. I really expected them to come on there and start singing, but they didn't. Yeah, let's move on, shall we? Next up, we got a 4-fer. The 6th cluster is 4 songs. This is an eclectic group. This is going to be an interesting one. Those were songs. You're right. And these songs, they're songs as well. Let's see how you guys like these. Oh boy, most of them will be good. There's one on here that I'm kind of on, but we'll see. First up is we always got to go first with first up. This is Tufu. You know the classic song, the classic group Tufu with True Bell. So, hope you like that shit.
「
And that was Vangelis with First Approach. Okay, that's that section down. How'd you like it? So, first up, we had Tufu with the song Trouble. That was like a song I played earlier, same record label. That was a more hip hop, jazzish sort of song. This one was a bit more low key, more ambient. Yeah, that was a chill one for the most part. Well, the bookends rather. I never talking about that song, but the bookends of that section was a bit chill. The middle section, not so much. The second song, that was Chuck Person, and the song is officially untitled, but unofficially it's called the B7. That is off of Chuck Person's Echo Jams Volume 1. And it is that album in particular is considered one of the three forefathers of what's it called? The vaporwave. You know? You know what that is? It's one of the forefathers of vaporwave, along with James Ferraro's Virtual something, and Macintosh Plus's fuck me. Macintosh. I'm like saying all this shit, and then I'm like, what's the name of it? Macintosh Plus's Floral Shop. Those are the three big ones. Now this album, even though it's under the name Chuck Person, it's made by Daniel Lopatin, who is better known as Oniotrix Point Never. I consider him to be a musical genius, an electronic musical genius specifically. I don't know if he can do anything else as good, but he does, no matter what genre he does in electronic music, he does it the best. And that album, I love Vaporwave. That album got me into Vaporwave. I'm well aware that album, and that song in particular, just shoved in there randomly, is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. It's, funnily enough, that is one of, if not my favorite song off of that album. So, you know, take that as you will. I love that. I love it. I love that album. I love Vaporwave. What can I say? It's weird. Can give you a headache if you're not ready for it, but I think it's great. And the third song we had was Hangai with Hong Galo. I believe they are a Tuvan group. That was Tuvan throat singing with rock and roll elements. Let me look this up real quick. I'm curious. Are they Tuvan? No, okay, they're just Mongolian. Okay, they're a Mongol, not just Mongolian. They're a Mongolian group that incorporates throat singing into rock and roll. I don't love them. I've considered deleting them off my shit a lot, but you know, I haven't obviously yet. Hung Guy, that's a song I can identify with. That's not your nickname, and you can't trick me into thinking otherwise. You know, it was alright. That's not something I would put on any of my playlists, so hope you enjoyed it now, because I doubt you'll hear anything from them from me ever again. And then the last up, we had Vangelis with First Approach. Love Vangelis. He might be best known for, in modern circles, he might be best known for doing the soundtrack to the original Blade Runner movie. Unfortunately, he is dead as shit right now. I say right now, you never know what's going to happen in the future. He's dead, but his music rules. It'll always rule, I think. I think he's an amazing artist. And that's the album that's off of Direct might be his best, in my opinion. So keep that in mind. Okay, we have 3 clusters. I like changing, by the way. I'm not sure if you've noticed, I change what I say about these every single stream. Before it's been chunks, it's been groups, now it's clusters. We have 3 clusters left for the stream. And a total, do you want to know how many songs we have left? It's 9. 9 songs total left. Can you believe it? Wowie, wowie. This one, cluster number 7, has 4 songs in it. This is going to be, I think this is a good one. This is going to be a good little cluster of music. Starting off, I mentioned before there's going to be a famous guy on the stream. Starting off with David Bowie and his song China Girl. Would you say we have 3 clusters of 3? 3 by 3? No, actually, fortunately we don't. This is a cluster of 4, unfortunately. So I hope you like it. If you like David Bowie, you'll like the song. If you don't like David Bowie, well, fuck you. This is David Bowie with China Girl.
I could escape this feeling with my China girl. I feel a wreck without my little China girl. I hear her heart beating loud as thunder. Slowly stars crashing. I'm a mess without my little China girl. Wake up in the morning with my little China girl. I hear hearts beating loud as thunder. I saw the stars crashing down. I've been tragic like I'm Marlon Brando. When I look at my China girl, and I could pretend nothing really meant too much. When I look at my China girl. Stumble into town just like a sacred cow. Visions of swastikas in my head, plans for everyone. It's in the way of my eyes. My little China girl, you shouldn't mess with me. I'll ruin everything you are. You know, I'll give you television, I'll give you eyes of blue, I'll give you a man who wants to rule the world. And when I get excited, my little China girl says, oh baby, just you shut your mouth. She says, she says, she says, she says. Get excited, my little China girl says, oh baby, just you shut your mouth. And when I get excited, my little China girl says, oh baby, just you shut your mouth. She says,
You think your days are uneventful, and no one ever thinks about you. She goes her own way. She goes her own way. You think your days are ordinary, and no one ever thinks about you. But we're all the same, and she can hardly breathe without you. She says she has no time for you now. She says she has no time. Well, think about the lonely people, or think about the day she found you, or lie to yourself and see it all dissolve around you. She says she has no time for you now. She says she has no time for you now. She says she
And that was Le Mystère de Voix Bulgaire with Tropanista. Tropanista. Okay. I had like that little cluster of music. We started off with David Bowie and the song China Girl. Fucking kick-ass song from Let's Dance, which is a fucking kick-ass album. I love that song. Leo says, David Bowie, finally an unknown artist. Yeah, I'm glad you guys could finally get introduced to this guy. He's been someone holding back on the back burner for years. No one knows who he is. It's a shame he passed away, but maybe someday his music will blow up. One chance is not Katy Perry, but close enough. Yeah, like I said, I didn't have her, but I definitely had someone who was mega famous on here, so, you know. Just had to wait a little bit. What's this song about, he asked. Leo responds, about a Chinese girl telling you to shut up. Not far off. That song is so good. I love how angry it is almost. It's a fun one. Next up we had Shelling with the song Magic. Just a very ethereal, sort of like electronic tune from the nation of Japan. The island nation of Japan. Just a good one, you know? Nothing special I can really say about it. I don't know much about the group. Don't remember what the whole album even sounds like. I'm going to have to listen to that again soon because I'm kind of curious. But yeah, it's enjoyable. I liked it. Then third, we had Keen with the song She Has No Time. And as Hitmonchan pointed out, low bit rate it says on there. I don't know why it says that on there. It doesn't say that on there on the file, but it must be because I downloaded this MP3. Who knows how long ago? Many years ago. So, just naturally low bit rate. I think I have an updated MP3 file with the vinyl of this that I bought not that long ago. But holy shit, that's a lot of work for something I don't really give a shit about. You know, it sounds fine as it is. I don't need it to be higher bitrate. I have it on vinyl. That's good enough for me. But yeah, I love Keen. Love that song. There's a lot of people. I feel like a lot of British people don't like Keen because they see them as like a very bland sort of band. But I think they're great. It might just be because I liked them from when I was a kid. But I liked a lot of shit when I was a kid that I don't like now. I still love Keen. So there you go. I like this album rather. The rest of their stuff, not for me. This album, Hopes and Fears, I think it's a very good album. I want all the bits. Too bad. Very low. And last up, with huge whiplash in tone, we had the Mystery de Voix Bulgaire with Tropenitsa. You know, Keen Dak. That song was cool. You know, I love the album it's on. That's another one I have a vinyl of. Not even remotely close to my favorite off that album, but you know, I like that album in general. I love those that group in general, those singers. It's funny how, I mean, even though they're from Bulgaria, they cover a lot of Eastern European folk music. I have no idea where that song's from. I don't know. It sounds very tropical, but I have no idea where the tropics are in Eastern Europe. I need an update on that one. All right, we're coming to it. This is the 8th of 9 sections. I'm calling them sections now. Switching it up almost when we're done with the stream. This one, there's only 5 songs left total, and this one has 4 of them. Oh my goodness gracious. So, how about we get started, shall we? We're almost 3 hours. We're at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Enough fucking around. Let's start off with Ariel and the song Flashlight Tag. If you don't like it, well, sorry.
stay so steady. You're always in control. Good with a gun, but it's me that's standing over you. I told you to run. Now the boys are gonna laugh at you. You know you can't stay so steady. You're always in control. You can't stay so steady. Ready in a 3, 2, 1.
how time does change on earth. Western spirit, cut by a scissor. Leave hedges mile high. Siren and voice die. We're all cut by the same scissor. Ooh, cut by the same scissor. Waiting room without light, cut by the same scissors, same scissors. World is a waiting room without light, cut by the same scissors, same scissors. Waiting room without light, cut by the same scissors, same scissors. World is a waiting room without light, cut by the same scissors, same scissors. How time does change on us. Leave hedges mile high, a siren and voice dies.
And that was Block Party with Plans. Okay, that was the second to last little chunk of music. Started off with Ariel with Flashlight Tag. The C section is short for chunk session. That made me laugh, so I wanted to make sure I read that. That was a good one. We started off with Ariel Flashlight Tag. That was one that I loved. That was one that I didn't even remember. That was a good song. I love that one a lot. So far there's been 3 songs that I have really been surprised by on the stream. And the rest either I knew weren't going to be good, or I knew were good and I already liked them. But there are 3 songs that I didn't remember that were fantastic, and that was one of them. Ariel is a band that I've liked for a while. You know, they're shoegaze revival. They still make music. Well, the last album was from about 5 years ago now, so maybe not still, but they make music. But I think they started in like early 2000s, so 20 years ain't bad. Next up was Dead Can Dance with The Fatal Impact. Dead Can Dance I play on the stream a bunch. I love them. They're a band that hopefully I can see live one day. That song in particular is the first song off of their first album, and it's one that I've put on my playlist many times and then deleted before I made the final cut of it, because I just felt it never fit anywhere. But I've been wanting to put it on here for a very long time, so I'm glad that this gave me that opportunity. I was very lucky. Next up, we had When Saints Go Machine with The Same Scissors. That's the band that has a lead singer that I said sounds like Kermit the Frog. I wonder if anyone remembers that guy. Well, he's back, and that was that song. It might be one of my least favorite songs by them as well. I like that band a lot. That song is just whatever to me. The shame that one was on the stream. It's cool the last one was on here. Shame that this song was on here. It goes that way. Oh, it's that guy. Yes, it was that guy. It's probably my favorite album of theirs too. Yeah, he was singing more than he was sort of like Kermiting this time around. But the song in general, I'm not its biggest fan in the grand scheme of things. And then last up on this little cluster, we had Block Party with Plans off of their album Silent Alarm, which is one of my favorite albums. I love it, but again, not my favorite song of theirs off that album. It's fine. It's serviceable. It's good, but they have so many better ones. Which is kind of the theme I've noticed of the stream of fine, but I've heard better. And I guess that's what happens when you shuffle an entire music library. You get the middle ground most of the time. You don't get the extremes on either end usually. Sometimes you do, but most of the songs have been like, that was fine. Which to me means that I should never do this again, because that defeats the purpose of the stream in my opinion. I want to show you guys the best stuff that I have, my favorite music. Showing you stuff that I'm like, this is okay. What's the point? So if I do something like this again, it might shuffle some stuff, but it's gonna be way more curated than it has been this time. Is that crazy that happens? That's just math, baby. Is it math? I don't know. I just said that. I hope it's true. But coming up next and last is the final song of the stream. The artist is Geino Yamashirogumi with Reincarnation. Now this is the longest song of the stream so far, but it's also the last one. And we'll talk a bit after. But for those who have been sticking around for 3 hours, thank you so much. Mad respect and appreciation to all of you who are still here. And to those who aren't, you know what? I appreciate you too. Don't misunderstand, but 3 hours, that's so long. Thank you. Yeah, that's something about a lot of stuff in the middle. Yeah. I don't know math. I'm bad at math. But for now, let's begin the end of the stream, shall we? This is Geino Yamashirogumi with Reincarnation. And that was Geino Yamashirogumi with Reincarnation. So, that was the last one. That was the group Geino Yamashirogumi was the people who made the Akira movie soundtrack, and that's where I discovered them at a very young age. That was the album they made before the movie that got them that job. If you've seen the movie and know the music, you might have put two and two together listening to the song, but they're very similar. It was very soundtracky, yes it was. So, bit of a confession. While I did get this in the shuffle, this was a song that I got, I didn't get it in this spot. I got it about halfway through. But I decided, since this was the last song on its respective album, and it has a sort of finality to it that the other songs didn't have, that I'd make this one the last song, and I can only hope you can forgive me for that. I know, cheater. They shout from the rafters. They throw tomatoes at my head, trying to cane me off the stage like I'm at the Apollo itself. But what can I say? I like to put on a show, and a show I put on. You defy God's will. I am God. Thank you so much for watching. For listening, I should say. I appreciate it. That was 3 hours of music, and a lot of you stuck through the whole thing, so appreciate it very much. Next week I'll be back, most likely with either Gunpla or with maybe some PS1 games again. I have an idea for which one I want to play. He's becoming Tetsuo. Ah! Yeah, hey, who knew that the guy named Kaneda C likes Akira? Who could have guessed? But, I obviously, very soon we're getting the new Zelda game. And under different circumstances, I'd be streaming that. But I have no real way with the setup I have right now with my TV being over there. Excuse me. And my graphics card being over here, there's no real way for me of doing that right now. Maybe in the future, but right now there's no way. So I'll be playing that off stream. If you want to know my thoughts, ask me, and I'll tell you when it comes out. But yeah, next week will either be Gunpla or PS1. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Love you all. See you later. Bye-bye.